Have you ever noticed that modern women, especially those of this generation, prefer mystery and independence over desperation? Here's the secret. The harder you chase, the farther she goes. By the end of this film, you'll see that sometimes the best approach to win her affection is to take a step back. Section 1. The push-pull dynamic in today's dating. If you are weary of being overlooked, remain with me until the conclusion. It may prove to be the deciding factor. You'll learn why pushing away makes you more desirable than any kind words or extravagant gestures ever could. Women around the world react to the push-pull dynamic rather than seeking a man who continually tries to get into their lives. Given that you're always available, what does this mean? Stepping back creates a pull and gives her the space to wonder about you. She begins to wonder what you're doing, why you're not as available, and whether she's losing your attention. If you're constantly texting first or chasing, you're pushing too hard and making it too simple for her to take you for granted. Modern women value their independence, and by stepping back, you're demonstrating that you value yours as well. This builds interest and attraction. She is able to perceive the equilibrium of effort in the relationship, visualizing a situation where one side bears the brunt due to your heavy lifting. Understanding timing is another important component of the push-pull dynamic. You don't want to step back too abruptly or too much because that could send the wrong signal. Instead, gradually give her the space she needs while maintaining your presence as a confident and self-assured man. This not only fosters mutual respect, but also builds a deeper connection because she is actively choosing to invest in you. Important lesson. Stepping back isn't about playing games. Rather, it's about finding a balance where you both contribute equally to the relationship and respecting yourself enough to not always seek her approval. Section 2. Scarcity creates value. Consider something in life that is uncommon or difficult to obtain, such as a luxury good, a limited edition product, or a unique chance. The same idea holds true in relationships when you're always reachable. Because scarcity adds value and everything that is readily available loses its attractiveness, your value diminishes in her eyes. Being available all the time runs the risk of making you predictable. In certain situations, predictability can be reassuring, but in the beginning of a relationship it might destroy attraction. She becomes interested when you stand back because it adds a sense of surprise and mystery. She begins to wonder about you, where you are, what you're thinking, and why you're not as accessible as you used to be. Scarcity also draws attention to your priorities. By spending time with your friends, family, or your own interests, you're letting her know that you're not needy for her attention, which helps her view you as a valuable guy. Someone whose time is valuable and worth earning should know that scarcity does not imply manipulatively being difficult to get. Rather, it refers to striking a natural balance so that even though you aren't always there, the time you do spend together becomes more significant and impactful. The psychological impact of shortage adds another level of complexity to this concept. She will value your time and attention more when she understands that it isn't endlessly available, as people instinctively crave what feels exclusive or limited. By stepping back, you're aligning with this universal principle of human nature. Important lesson. Avoid becoming the person who is always available. Be the guy she feels fortunate enough to spend time with. Treat your time as your most precious resource. Section 3. Emotional independence. One of the main things that turns off modern women is emotional neediness. Women in this generation are accustomed to being independent and self-sufficient, and they prefer a partner who enhances their life, rather than someone who constantly needs their emotional assistance. Being independent entails finding your own source of contentment and happiness. When you're emotionally independent, you radiate confidence and self-assurance, which are very appealing. By stepping back, you're demonstrating that you're not the kind of man who requires continual reassurance. You possess self-assurance and don't rely on a relationship to affirm your value. Showing you can support yourself will make her admire you. The goal is to find a balance between being open and preserving your individuality, not to shut down emotionally or act aloof. Being resilient in the face of rejection or setbacks is another facet of emotional independence. When you pull back, you're also demonstrating to her that you won't break down if things don't go your way, which distinguishes you from emotionally dependent guys. Men who can handle adversity with grace and fortitude attract today's women. Emotional independence also fosters a sense of self-respect. When you put your emotional health first, you're less likely to put up with poisonous behavior or one-sided emotional autonomy as a relational game changer. This self-respect not only resonates deeply with her main takeaway, but it also empowers you. Section 4. The power of mystery in a world where everyone shares everything on social media. Emotional independence makes you more attractive because it distinguishes you from the group of men who are always looking for approval. It also demonstrates that you are secure, self-assured, and capable of living your own life. Modern women are fascinated by things they don't entirely comprehend. Therefore, mystery is a rare and powerful tool. When you step back, you may create an atmosphere of mystery. She starts wondering about your activities, friends, and thoughts. Mystery doesn't mean betraying yourself. It just means not telling her everything. By holding back some information, or taking your time opening up, you give her the opportunity to learn about you gradually, which keeps her interested and involved. Protecting your energy is another benefit of stepping back. Keeping your story in check makes you more appealing and ensures a connection on your terms. Not everyone deserves to know everything about you at once, so be judicious about what you share. Another benefit of mystery is that it allows her to fantasize about you, as her mind fills in the gaps with her own ideas and thoughts, even when she doesn't know everything. In a world where most people overshare, your restraint becomes a refreshing change that makes her feel special. When you do open up, let her curiosity work in your favor. This strengthens her emotional connection to you and increases her investment in the relationship. Additionally, mystery sets you apart from the crowd. Sit back and allow her to reflect. She will want to know more than the little you divulge. Section 5. Observing her personal space. Giving her space to breathe demonstrates your respect for her autonomy, which is particularly crucial in today's world where women are accustomed to making their own decisions and living life on their terms. Respecting her space also means acknowledging that she has her own priorities and life goals. Stepping back is not just about strategy. Modern women value their independence and space. Giving her space also keeps the relationship from becoming suffocating when you're constantly in her face, which can feel overwhelming and even exhausting. Stepping back gives her the time and freedom to miss you, which strengthens her feelings for you, and also demonstrates that you're confident enough to trust her without needing constant validation. In other words, it's about supporting her independence rather than trying to control or dominate the relationship. Being aware of her emotional needs is another way to respect her personal space. Modern women value men who can read a room and understand. Section 6, which focuses on your own development, discusses the importance of mystery in relationships and how to display emotional intelligence and maturity by backing off when appropriate. One of a man's most appealing traits is his desire to always better himself. When you stop chasing a woman's attention all the time, you free up mental and emotional energy to devote to your own development. This change is beneficial for more than just your relationship, own life, but it also enhances your attractiveness, in her opinion. Women today like driven, independent, goal-oriented men. When she sees that you're actively working on yourself, it sends a strong message. Focusing on personal improvement could mean improving your career, learning a new skill, or just getting healthier. You can feel complete without her approval. Your independence and commitment to personal development demonstrate your high worth and increase the likelihood that she will view you as a partner worth pursuing. Encourages self-confidence. As you reach goals and develop your skills, you'll naturally radiate a magnetic aura of self-assurance that attracts people without you having to speak. This is the type of energy that comes from prioritizing your own development. You're becoming a better version of yourself, rather than merely moving away from her. Important lesson. Concentrating on improving yourself inevitably transforms you into the kind of man she wants to be around. Personal growth is an investment in how others view and respect you. Section 7. Establish sensible limits. Any successful relationship starts with positive boundaries. By taking a step back, you not only establish distance, but also create clear boundaries that express your expectations and values. Modern women respect men who are aware of their boundaries, demonstrate their self-worth, and expect nothing less than respect from others. Setting boundaries is about protecting your time, energy, and emotions, not being distant or cold. For instance, if she regularly cancels plans at the last minute, stepping back can be interpreted as a warning that you won't put up with being treated like an afterthought. It also lets her know that you value her time and expect her to respect it. Boundaries extend to emotional availability as well. Be supportive, but make sure you're not the only one working emotionally in the relationship. By stepping back, you allow her to participate in the relationship and reach a mutual understanding. Equally important lesson: healthy limits serve as bridges to a more solid and harmonious relationship, rather than as obstacles. Respecting her space and autonomy will make both partners feel valued and respected. Section 8. Reinforcing mutual effort. Relationships flourish when one partner consistently gives while the other takes, and resentment frequently results. By not always initiating discussions, setting up dates, or resolving issues, you're giving her the opportunity to express interest, which is a great way to promote mutual effort. Modern women value partnerships in which both partners participate equally. By taking a small step back, you're giving her room to do the same, which strengthens the bond and guarantees that the partnership is based on respect and equality. Working together also helps avoid burnout because persistently pursuing or forgiving someone might make you feel exhausted and undervalued. Recharging and ensuring that your efforts in the relationship are motivated by true desire are two benefits of taking a step back. The main takeaway is not required. To maintain balance in a relationship, both parties must exert effort. Sitting back will make her more willing to invest in the relationship and meet you halfway. Section 9. Embracing timing and patience. Today's fast-paced world sometimes disregards patience, despite its essential role in healthy partnerships. Stepping back teaches you to be patient and trust the timing of things rather than pressuring someone to connect or hurrying the process. Instead, you're letting the relationship grow organically. By taking a back seat, you're demonstrating that you respect her pace and are self-assured enough to wait for the ideal opportunities to strengthen your bond. Modern women, especially those with hectic schedules and high expectations, frequently require time to fully open up and invest in a relationship. Additionally, waiting enables you to better watch and comprehend her rather than reacting rashly or overanalyzing every exchange. Taking a step back allows you to see the relationship clearly and for what it is. Having this viewpoint helps you make decisions that are consistent with your values and long-term objectives. Important lesson: being patient is not passive. Being patient is powerful because it demonstrates your calmness, confidence, and readiness to allow the relationship to develop naturally. Section 10. Establishing enduring appeal. Attraction is about maintaining that connection over time, not just about the first spark. Stepping back is an effective strategy for developing long-term action because it maintains the relationship between the call to action and final ideas. Being dynamic and thrilling, you sustain her interest by creating a sense of suspense and need, even when you're not always available. Growth, mystery, and respect for one another are the foundations of long-term attraction. By taking a step back, you're demonstrating all three characteristics while focusing on your personal growth. By maintaining a sense of mystery and respecting her autonomy, you are demonstrating all three characteristics. Make sure the partnership doesn't stall or lose its allure. Additionally, stepping back enables her to value your presence more fully. Absence does in fact warm the heart, and when you return after giving her space, your time together feels more significant and unique. Important lesson: long-term attraction isn't about receiving attention all the time. Rather, it's about establishing a dynamic in which both partners feel appreciated, inspired, and eager to develop together. All right, guys, please subscribe and leave a comment. I'll see you in the next one.